But I held you down when you were suffering. How did I give you? I love filming podcasts. It's something that I would do all day. But today just feels like such a challenge to just record today. I don't know why. I actually do not know why. It's my birthday next week and it should not be like that. It's my birthday next week. Damn. Yeah, man. Welcome to the Perspective Podcast, episode 37. And I turn 23 next week. So we have one more episode until I'm no longer a 22-year-old. Your boy's getting old. But yeah, today's a difficult day to just record. I've been scrolling on my phone for hours. Well, not hours, that's a lie. But I was just scrolling on my phone on TikTok. Mainly on Twitter. Just looking at the highlights of Mafia-Thon 3. Usually I go on Twitter to see if there's anything that's happened in just music, any latest stuff going on that I may have forgotten to speak about. And every time I do that, I end up being on Twitter for longer than the amount I should be. And it happens every time without a doubt. And it did happen. It really is just a cycle. My screen time is not bad. Weekly, it ends up being between 6 hours or 5 hours. That's actually valid for someone who creates content. It should be more, but hey, I'm happy with that because I can't be on my phone too much. It gets a bit, sometimes because I don't be on my phone as much, whenever I'm just doing nothing, or there's gonna be that one day, and it's today, that I'm just gonna be scrolling on my phone, just scrolling. I'll be honest, it's quite comforting. I'll be so honest to you, it's quite comforting because, man, there's nothing wrong with scrolling on the socials. I know it's a bit much, but there's nothing wrong with it. It depends on the things that you be seeing. Your For You page, your Instagram, your Twitter, that is for you, literally. But I do this one thing when I'm on TikTok. I don't really look at my For You page. I look at my following because I'd rather see the people that I follow and see the people that I like to watch on TikTok than for it to just show random people that I just don't watch. It's actually kind of sick because sometimes when I'm on a For You page, I'll be thinking, where are the people that I watch? Like, they're not there no more. And now I don't have to worry about that because I always see them. You know, I'm tapped in. Yeah, that's a little hack that I'll be doing. And when you do that, there's a chance of you scrolling less on the feed. So don't forget to keep that in mind. Let's keep the energy up. Episode 37, Perspective Podcast. Stay tuned because we're going to keep things going every week, even on days when I don't feel like it, like today. Perspective Podcast is every perspective into one. Make sure you open your mind to a different perspective, to not stay closed off, stay open, find different things and just learn new perspectives, whether that's from music, fitness, life, just everything. That's the whole point. Verse of the day: you have the inheritance of a higher power. So wherever higher power you serve, or just yourself even, you have inheritance. You know, you can and will go far. I think I say that every episode, but genuinely, you can have that faith and just keep that in there, then you will go far no matter what situation. This life is not easy, but we will always find a way. And especially you, if you've been tapped into my TikTok, you would have seen that I've been tapping into all these bands and it is going crazy right now. I don't know why and how, and all I can say is thank you. We've been tapping into these bands, and I'm gonna just give you the list of these bands we've been tapping into: Wonder Horse, The Smiths, The K's, The Royston Club, Catfish and the Bottlemen, Fontaines DC, Stone Roses, Blur. Yeah, those are the bands we've been tapping into, and of course Oasis. But we did that a while back. It's mad to see that there really is a community of people that actually care about this music or these bands. I had no clue who Wonder Horse, The Smiths, Stone Roses, The K's, Royston Club. I had no clue who these people were. I had a little clue about Blur and Catfish and the Bottlemen, but other than that, bro, I had no idea. So to hear these new bands and hear these different sounds, it's refreshing. Of course, I don't really listen to the genre as much. For someone who doesn't and someone who's tapping in and is new to it, it's actually kind of sick. My favorite out of the bands that I've heard so far, I cannot lie to you, Stone Roses, The Smiths. I like Wonder Horse, they're valid. Royston Club are cool. I really like Royston Club. Catfish and the Bottlemen have bangers. They have heaters. They are literally FIFA. They are FIFA heads. Every group has a speciality, in whether that's from their guitars, the synths, the drums, everything, the singing, the melodies. They all have that common theme, and every band is different in their own ways. Bands like Stone Roses, The Smiths are really the pioneers because they took the shit up and then everyone else took little pieces and inspiration, which there's nothing wrong with that at all, but you can therefore hear and you can see the inspiration, and it's sick that they have things like that. My liked songs have just changed recently. It's been a week and there's not been no rap song in my like songs. It's been band after band after band, different artists, different genre, band, and there hasn't really been any rap in my like songs recently, which is kind of crazy. I never thought I'd see this day and age, especially from last year. I was heavily into my rap stuff. Actually, that's a lie. This time last year, we started listening to Sam Fender. I don't know if it was this time last year or if it was November, December period when he released People Watching. But overall, that was when the start was happening. And then after Sam Fender, it just went up. I still have a lot of bands I need to tap into because it's been a journey and the journey is still going to continue. But yeah, to anyone who's tapped into the videos, thank you for watching because it means a lot and it shows that you actually enjoy the videos. And that's all I care about, just reflecting that love so that you guys can enjoy the content because that's what it's all about. I can't do this on my own. And every time I do these videos, I always get a comment for you guys saying to tap into this one, and it's sick. It's a recycle that I don't have to think about what to do. However, it's about keeping things fresh. I don't want to just do things for the sake of doing it. That's not what we're doing here. And we're going to keep things fresh. We're going to keep things going no matter what situation. My favorite artist recently has actually been Drake still. I still listen to him quite a lot. However, I've also been listening to Zach Bryan, Somba, and Lil Kana. Drake is still heavy in my rotation. I literally listen to him like every day. And Travis. And then on top of that, I'll be listening to Zach Bryan. He has his album that's like self-titled. There's songs on there that just hit differently. For example, the song Oklahoma Sun. Still be Oklahoma Sun. It has a sweet vibe that just sets the tone correctly. And it just sounds good. You can't go wrong with Zach Bryan's music. But yeah, got into his music recently and his music is fire. Got into Somba's music recently. He's fire. Summer is nearly over and it's mad how things have just changed. This is the last week of summer, official last week of summer. And then it's going to be autumn. And then after autumn, it's going to be winter. And then after that, it's going to go back to spring. But yeah, I feel like this summer has gone so quickly. And the one thing I'm disappointed about this summer is that me and the lads have not gone to play paddle. We've been saying so many times, let's go play paddle. Let's go play paddle. Free on this day, let's go play paddle. What have we been doing this whole summer? And the answer to that question is working. I've been working, but mainly just creatively. And it happens every summer. That's one of the mistakes that I made during this year. I wasn't willing to go through the suffering of just working on the side while growing a community or while growing a business. And you can't do that because it will be the downfall. It will come at you fast. And then you realize, damn, okay, maybe I should have just done this differently. I had to take a lot of that learning because I can be stubborn. I would say as it's autumn, make sure you guys are still getting your fitness in. Make sure you're still getting your fitness in. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning and it was dark. It was literally dark. The way that the weather has just changed is crazy. A couple months back, it would be sunny when I'm waking up at 6 a.m. Now it's dark at 6 a.m. We're just going to get the day going and that's what makes things better. Go link up with your people and have a good time. Festivals and concerts. Festival season has finished and I'm just going to reminisce on my favourite festivals and then I'll go to my favourite concerts. Favourite festival, hands down, has to be Coachella. I just thought it was a major festival with influencers and because that's all you see on your For You page. Being there just made me realise that it's not that. And the people that I was with as well, they make the experience better. Coachella is a sick festival because of the amount of things out there. For example, the add-ons, the exclusive things that they have there. I will say the drinks are expensive. So to make it easier for yourself when going to Coachella, just to any festival, bring the little pouches so that you can put your alcohol in there. Me personally, I was putting tequila in there. If Reading wasn't filled with a lot of sixth form or just youngers, I'd put that up there. Then Rolling Loud. Wireless, when the lineup is good, it's a good festival. When the lineup is mid, it's a horror festival. This year, they did their thing. My favorite, again, is going to be 2019, where Travis headlined because he had so many people coming out during his set. Timestamps for the artists performing that day were ridiculous. Like, they were good, ridiculous. Juice WRLD, Young Thug, Future. I was so excited to see Travis because I'd always watch his sets and I still do till this day. Parklife is a fun festival, I'd say that. If you haven't been there, I'd recommend for you to go there one day. However, the lineup is always changing. After these past couple of years, it's been turning more into a house festival than ever, and I know that's the whole point of that festival. It was good during that time when they had Dave and then they had a mix of everything. Like they had Skepta, AJ Tracey, Disclosure. We have 3 months left in the year and still no Dave project or any announcement, and we can't have that. Dave needs to drop something and just cook up the streets. But yeah, Parklife is a good festival. A weird festival that I went to is called Creamfields, and it's just every house, techno, drum and bass, everything garage, like everything into one. I went there to work one time and I could not believe my ears. However, if you're someone who just drinks, you're gonna have a bizarre period because everyone's gonna look at you strange. I kept being asked to try different substances and that was not for me, and it still is not for me. You can have your substances, like you can do that. Don't keep asking me to try because what are we doing here? I'm comfortable with my drink. I'll get active regardless, and it really is that type of festival, and you get portrayed weird if you're just drinking. Like honestly, you can't be sober at them festivals because it's like, it's so odd. The favorite concert that I've been to this year is Beyonce, 100%. She had a really good set and it really is a proper performance. You can't go wrong with a set. And there's one thing that she has about her stage. It really is custom made and built for her, to the point that the sound is different. Like the sound is loud. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just, there's something about it that is just, it's really good. Like her show was so sick, and I'm glad that I got to see her for the price that I paid as well, £99. Drake is up there. Travis Scott is up there. Travis Scott is just that artist that just has good energy. However, over the past years, the way that he performs is just changing. He's still my favorite that I've like ever seen, but it's just changing slowly. Skepta is up there. The Weeknd is a really good performer. The Weeknd is a sick performer, by the way. If you haven't seen him, you gotta go see him. Post Malone is a good performer as well. Clairo is a good performer. Who else? Hot take, Lady Gaga's a good performer. She was throwing it down during her set. In terms of bands, Catfish and the Bottom are sick. I've actually seen them live before. This was like 2022 and I had no clue what was 2022 or 2023. I don't know, it was one of the years and I wasn't really as tapped in. I weren't really listening. I was just watching. They had some like stage problems, so their music just kept stopping and starting. But yeah, they were cool. Arctic Monkeys were cool. Carti's a good performer. Lil Baby's a good performer. Uzi is a good performer. Future, but he's a type of performer that he relies on a crowd to just carry, and they do. The crowd always carries. Juice WRLD is a good performer. Ski Mask as well. Saying that you've seen Juice WRLD is a flex, and that's a fact. Baby Keem is a good performer. Speaking of Keem, he needs to drop his album. It has been a while. Can't keep leaving us in the dark like that. Like, he has to drop. But yeah, Baby Keem is a good performer. There's a few more that I've seen, but yeah, those are just the ones off the top of my mind that I could just remember and just say I really enjoy. God, I'm gonna miss his house. Oh my gosh, Brent Faiyaz releases his album this week, and we are here for that. He released a post on his Insta saying that he's releasing his album, and I can't wait. We are going to do an album reaction for that, and we're gonna let it go off because we're gonna see what the album is saying. While we continue with Perspective, we're growing into different revenues, and one of them is clothing. We've just started something. Well, we've got a sample for clothing that we're doing for a tee. And yeah, this is it, lads. Perspective the tee. The Perspective tee. And on the back, open your perspective. Yeah, this is just a standard tee. Because there's something about clothing that you can't go wrong with. Especially if it's something that's just subtle, casual, it goes well, and it's there. And I believe that Perspective is up there as one of them. I feel like as a creative or having an influence, it's crazy to say, wait, do we have an influence? I don't know. Of course music, but do we actually have an influence? Like, do people really care about what I have to say in terms of influence? Because I don't know, maybe. Anyway, but one about Perspective clothing, and the point is, you can't grow up some clothing, and for us to make our own, to give it to you is sick. The reason to do this is to also do events, and when we do an event, I'd want to have them out so that you guys can cop some tees, caps, or whatever you guys would enjoy and cop, because that's the whole point of Perspective. We want to keep things going. I want to keep things subtle, keep things raw, and keep things genuine. Release clothing just for the sake of it. I'd be in my room drawing sketches of ideas, of clothing ideas, and just designs and pieces on what colors to use and how to even get things going. And that's the interesting part as well, listening to music during that period, because I don't know, it's just very comforting. I've always enjoyed that element of things, and to now know we can have a manufacturer and to just keep things going is what makes things beautiful, because it's sick and we just gotta keep things going regardless. So yeah, clothing is fire. and we're gonna drop that soon. Let me know in the comments if you would cop it, yes or yes. Recently, I've really been listening to Olivia Dean, and she dropped her album. Well, I've only just tapped into her album, Messy, and I've got something to say about her music. She deserves more praise, especially before she's been dropping her new music, because she's been fire. I first heard her music last year when she dropped her song Touching Toes, and since then it's been up. She's been dropping, and it's been nothing but just hits, heaters only. It's been nothing but heaters, and there's just something about her music that is just soothing. It sounds good, it's good to the ear, and you just can't go wrong with it. And if you haven't listened to her music, I'd recommend for you to. I've been telling all my guys to tap into her music because it's sick, it's chill, it's euphoric, it sounds good, and her voice is really good. And she's learning too. What things do you want to see while we're growing? Because the last thing I want to do is just keep things the same. You know, I want to make things more interesting for every single person. These last few days of being a 22-year-old is coming to me now. I feel like when you get to the end of a certain age, I think that's when it hits the most, that you're that age and you're turning to a different, like you're going to be a different age. And it's really hit me these past couple of days that, damn, we're only 22 and things are only good, like changing now. Things are changing drastically. And I used to be annoyed when people would be like, oh, you're a baby. But then I realized like we low-key are, because we're young. And these are the moments that you've got to take advantage of it. Take advantage of it day by day, because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, before you know it, you'll blink and then you'll have kids. So I say this every time, but take advantage of the time that you've got. You know, get yourself out there and enjoy your time with your people, with your loved ones, and just get yourself out there. Even if, of course, we're all busy, but you can always make time to just see your people, see your loved ones, and get yourself out there. That's one problem that I've been having, and I am making more of a change to see my people, see my nephew, see my friends, see my family, have quality time with them, because it's important. It's very important, and you don't want to go old and be like, damn, I wish I would have spent time with them more often, because realistically, that is the most freedom that you can have, being with your people and just being present with them, because times like that don't happen often. This weekend, me and the guys are going to a retreat for all of us to just enjoy our time and just have that moment of all of us together. Go out to get some good food and just celebrate, because life is tough and you never know what someone's going through. And I said that in the last episode, but things get real dark out here and you have to just keep going. You know, that's the whole interest of life, and that's how things just get more interesting. You know, you have to keep firm in it and just letting things happen no matter how difficult things get. Life has been interesting. You know, I'm still working at my job that I'm not really enjoying, but I'm very grateful to be there. I'm grateful to be working so that we can invest on things that will help us in the future. Every time I go through some suffering, there's always something that happens well that aligns with everything that's happening. Firstly, I don't have a car. My car has been failing on me multiple times. Took it to the MOT, they said, yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. You might as well just get it scrapped. So ended up getting my car scrapped, and that car has been with me since 2022. And yeah, it's sad. It's sad how that has happened, but it happens, man. It happens, and just have to keep going, and who knows on the car that we'll get next. It's really tough how that happens, because creatively, you know, was always built on creating a car, and now that it's gone, it's like, okay, what do we have now? You know, you have that solid thing that keeps you going, and then when it's gone, it's like, what do we do? However, I feel like with these challenges, there's always going to be something that will help us. So again, anyone that's going through a tough period, just keep going, because there's a silver lining. It's something. Just keep it going no matter what. I was watching Fred again's Rooftop set, and it really made me realize that you have to have passion or be obsessed with this, because it's important, bro. Like, you really have to be obsessed with all of these things. He was really doing his set, and you could see that the radiant energy while he's doing his set. This is after he's done a show, by the way, so he must have been tired, but he's just doing his run. He's ran to do this set out of Rooftop. When I was going through a dark period, I'd always listen to Fred again, because his music it's uplifting. And especially while going on a run and listen to him at the gym, his music is top tier for that. But yeah, there's something about him and his energy that is just euphoric. You could just tell that he loves what he does, and I have nothing but respect for that, because not a lot of artists have that. They just want to get their check and go. Young Thug is back at it again, and this time he's apologizing to everyone. He's doing all these apologies to everyone, but at the same time, he's in a weird phase. I haven't listened to his music. I just don't feel like I'm as excited to hear his new music if it's not about this album that he's meant to be dropping. Yeah, guys, if this episode is a bit shorter, my apologies, because I feel like this one has been a bit tough in terms of topics. There's not a lot going on right now. Football has been all over the place. Villa we still have not gained 3 points this season. We've lost one game we've lost 2 games and drew 2. We haven't won a game this season and we're 4 games in. This can't keep happening. And the last game was against Everton. And of course, Jack Grealish plays for Everton now. So yes, that rivalry was there. But yeah, it's mad how all of these things are just happening. We reached 70k on TikTok and I just want to say thank you. This was literally my summer goal, to reach 70k. And we've done that. And I thank you, because it has been a challenge. It has not been easy, but we've done it. And yeah, I'm very grateful for that. I just want to say thank you again. Thank you for the love and the support. We keep growing and we keep learning. Our podcast is now on 119 subs. Having a consistent community watching our pod, the way we're uploading it on shorts, our portfolio and everything is just growing day by day. And all I can say is thank you, because it's not easy. Like, creating content, I love creating content, but some days are just more difficult than others, and not a lot of people speak about that. And of course, you're just meant to suck it up and keep it going. But some days are just so difficult. Like, some days are just difficult. And of course, the difficulty is never will be as bad as a doctor or a nurse. It never will be as bad, because they have to do more difficult things. Of course, I'm just sitting down in front of a camera, just talking my shit about things that I'm interested in. And weirdly enough, you guys are interested in it. But yeah, some days it's just difficult. Yeah, we just keep going. So we're keeping the perspective viewership alive. It's never about me, it's about all of us. Before you know it, we'll open our cafe, our vinyl store, whatever, our gym unit, anything. Get things going, because it's our community. Thank you for tapping in if you watched the whole episode, because I know this one may be a bit dry, but we're keeping the energy and the love high at all times. It's never going to stop us. I'll go to Zimbabwe next week. I'll be there for 3 weeks. I don't know how we're going to keep the podcast alive, but we're going to do that. If we have to take a break and then we're back, then that will have to be done. But it will not be easy. It will not be easy at all, but we'll keep things going and we'll get it going at all times. Every Monday it's recording day, or every Tuesday we have to upload a podcast. It's been going on for 37 weeks now, and it's never going to stop. That's Perspective Podcast, episode 37. I hope you guys are okay, and I hope you're taking care of yourself. Keep standing on your business and keep doing what you love to do. Don't let anything or no one stop you from achieving your goals, because you are worthy and you will forever keep winning no matter what. Keep that in mind, keep striving, and just keep going, man. Episode 37, thank you. And I'll see you guys for episode 38.